If you were a billionaire, I bet you wouldn't be caught walking around in a $400 gray-colored t-shirt and a pair of jeans. Well, that's Mark Zuckerberg for you. His mode of dressing might make you think he is only a middle-class fellow. But like the saying goes, never judge a book by its cover. This fellow isn't only rich, he is a multi-billionaire. But if he doesn't spend his money on clothes and shoes, how does he spend it? Because like every billionaire we know, spending lavishly is second nature.
No one deserves to have that much money.
To start with, the all-exclusive super yacht Ulysses. Now, this bad boy is something befitting a man of Mark's caliber. To show off his spending prowess and love for luxury, Mark Zuckerberg purchased a $150 million aquatic beast known as the Ulysses. 150 what? $1 million, baby! This beautifully large piece of marine luxury has amazing features such as a private helicopter, a separate 24-meter boat, an additional 4x4 car, a luxurious room to accommodate over 30 guests, and a motorcycle. Wow, that is incredible! It's reported that Mark saw the 107-meter Ulysses at the yacht show in Monaco and proceeded to buy it later on without making any advertisement. That's how he makes silent but crazy moves when spending lavishly and then comes out to probably fool us with $400 shirts. As a matter of fact, Zuckerberg and his wife Priscilla Chan, who have been using the Ulysses for the last 5 months, were seen cruising in the Pacific lately. Apart from that, this yacht is well known for its ability to cruise halfway around the oceans without the need for refueling. He's most definitely enjoying the holiday with his wife by the look of things because what the hell? Next, Mark spent $186 million on buying land. Now, how many of us can splurge $186 million on acquiring a piece of land? Well, if I'm to answer that question, I would say very few or maybe none of us, but Mark is a billionaire, and $186 million on land is actually a smart investment for him. In 2014, he bought a massive 286 hectares of land on the island of Kauai in Hawaii for the sum of $116 million according to Forbes. The land includes most of Pila'a Beach and Kahuaina Plantation, prompting critics to slam him for trying to colonize the island and failing to respect its history.
So now a billionaire comes in with his money, doing it by force, removing people out of their land.
Well, critics can say all they want. Mark has gotten his expensive piece of land. But criticism doesn't stop Mark because in March 2021, he continued his spending spree, acquiring nearly 245 hectares of land on Kauai's North Shore for $53 million, as reported by SF Gate. The enormous landscape also features a public beach and a working cattle ranch, adding to his luxury estate nicknamed Ko'olau Ranch. As if that's not enough, just 6 months later, he bought an additional 45 hectares of agricultural land for $17 million, according to The Guardian. It includes the Kaloko Reservoir, which remains on the island's list of high-risk dams. Do the math and you will have $186 million. Now that's absurd. $116 million California estates. I don't mean to sound lazy, but if I have a robot in my house, he's going to run a lot of errands for me. Be it as it may, Mark spent $7 million for a luxurious home in Palo Alto, California, according to the New York Post. The 5-bedroom mansion has a large garden, a saltwater pool, an entertainment pavilion, a fireplace, a barbecue area, a spa, and most interestingly, a robot butler. The AI-controlled robot with the voice of Morgan Freeman can adjust the room temperature and make toast. That's exactly what I was talking about, folks. Anyways, he didn't buy the house with all these amazing features, but because he is a man with high luxurious taste, he had to renovate. For the renovation, he shelled out $50 million in total and also purchased 4 nearby houses to accommodate the luxury. In essence, what money cannot do, so much money can do. Now, you didn't really think Mark would own just one residence, did you? Well, a few years later, the 38-year-old billionaire quietly spent $59 million on 2 waterfront properties on Lake Tahoe, California. The 8-bedroom carousel estate built back in the early 1930s has about 200 feet of lakefront, a rare marina-style pier designed to support a large yacht, a 2-car garage, and a guest house. I think the Ulysses super yacht has been parked in this mansion, and even though it's an assumption, well, who knows? The second waterfront property is a 6-bedroom brushwood estate built in the 1960s and has about 400 feet of lakefront, a private pier, patios, a guest house, and a garage. Mark didn't hesitate to splash $10 million for this property spanning 7,980 square feet on San Francisco's Liberty Hill. Now that's how a billionaire does it. Mark's San Francisco home has undergone changes and renovations, repairs, and upgrades totaling $11.8 million since he bought it. And hey, it must be uncomfortable to be the neighbor of a billionaire, as Mark has a history of not getting along with them due to construction noises and remodeling diversions. For this reason, he bought the entire neighborhood. This massive behemoth of an estate has a total of 23 rooms, including an office, a media room, laundry room, mudroom, and wine room. You didn't expect less, did you? But it doesn't end there, as he also spent a staggering $90 million on a penthouse. The 157 penthouse in Midtown Manhattan. Although the details of this property's ownership are scanty, some pointers have indicated that Mark Zuckerberg might own it. The property passed through the hands of a broker, indicating the likelihood that the owner wanted to remain anonymous. And yeah, Mark is a man that loves doing things silently. The 10,923 square penthouse extends from the 89th to the 90th floor of Manhattan. Among all the Mark Zuckerberg house wallpapers, this one turns out to be one of the most attractive. Reasons being that the 157 penthouse affords unique, spectacular, and breathtaking 360-degree views of the entire Manhattan skyline, Central Park, East and Hudson rivers. Magnificent if you ask me, and befitting for a man of Mark's caliber. Now, we've talked about a lot of things, but by billionaire standards, we have not mentioned anything spectacular. Actually, it would be out of place for a billionaire not to own a private jet. Being a busy person, Mark owns a Gulfstream 4, which is considered one of the most luxurious and high-performance business jets available. He dumped over $5 million for this airborne machine and has been flying around with it on both personal and business engagements. His Gulfstream 4 jet is over 88 feet in length and also has a cabin length of 45 feet. It can carry up to 13 passengers along with a crew of 2. The jet is capable of reaching a maximum speed of 500 nautical miles per hour with a cruising speed of 445 knots. It was the first business jet to feature an entire glass cockpit and comes with upscale amenities such as white or cream leather upholstery, dining tables, couches, and beautiful recessed lighting. As a matter of fact, he spent over $2 million in maintaining this luxurious aircraft just in 2023. Although traveling in the sky is exclusively wealthy, Mark takes his road journey seriously as well, and he does it in style. According to reports, he bought one of the first Pagani Huayras to be sold in the US. The car, which reportedly cost him about $1.3 million, has a top speed of 231 miles per hour and is almost entirely composed of carbon fiber. The Pagani Huayra is an Italian-made supercar that stands as the crown jewel among Mr. Mark's rides. It can go head-to-head with other supercars like Bugatti, Aston Martin, Ferrari, etc. And of course, this beast packs a V12 6-liter engine that spits out a massive 720 horsepower. So literally the tech titan could be pulling up for Meta's board meetings like Bruce Wayne in Gotham City. Big boy billionaire. Next on his collection of Hot Wheels is the luxurious Acura TSX. As a man who indulges, Mark couldn't help falling for the grandeur of the TSX Acura. A luxury sedan powered by a 2.4-liter engine, enough to produce 280 horsepower. To have a piece of this gem, be ready to part with around $30,000. Just because rich guys spend money fulfilling their desires, no budget constraints are needed. In a statement, Mark claims to love the car for its considerable safety, comfort, and flashy appearance. And being a mid-sized entry-level luxury sedan, it is reasonably roomy and comfortable. If it's not flashy, comfortable, and sexy, then it's certainly not Mark Zuckerberg's spec. If that's not what being a multi-billionaire is all about, then I wonder what is. So the next time you consider how the wealthy spend their fortune, keep in mind Mark Zuckerberg's unexpected approach to living a life that is both ordinary and spectacular at the same time.